Hi, this is Paul from globaltradingsoftware.com. Video using the xBraAlgo today with 3 different platforms: TradingView, NinjaTrader and MT4. We're going to be looking at Forex today, and we're going to be looking at how to combine the xBraAlgo, the divergence cloud and the EMA cloud, part of that day trading bundle. Now why I wanted to use the 3 different platforms was because although they do behave the same, they look a little different. So again, we've got lots of users on different platforms, but the strategy is still the same. The entry strategy, the confirmation from the signal, and then the trade management, it's the same. The indicators behave the same, they just look a little different. So let's go through them. This is Euro US dollar from last week, from Friday. And on the 5-minute here we have a 6-star sell. Okay, so some of the things to note here is we've just had a recent pivot, and any entry that I would want, I'm British, I'm conservative, I want to be below this pivot because it rejected that move down here and it moved back up again. Simple. That's the simple rule. So we get a 6-star sell signal on this candle here. Okay, so that's saying that's the highest probability move down. The following candle we printed this big red triangle pointing down here. This is the start of the divergence cloud, so this is the confirmation. So that's our signal, is the 6-star xBrat. That's our confirmation. Then we look left. That's the pivot. When it pushes down through there, that's our entry. Okay, very, very similar. You see how that divergence cloud coloured in red here comes down. So we have signal, confirmation, and then we've got to wait here about 25-30 minutes until we actually get that. But that's that momentum from the signal and the confirmation really pushing down here. So risk to reward is simply the stop is just above this pink EMA cloud. Now the EMA cloud is adjustable. This is the TradingView version, by the way. At the moment it's set at 34. That's my standard to start off with, and I can adjust that down to be more aggressive if I wish, but I'm just going to stick to the standard here for now. Got the entry, moved down to around about 1 to 1.5 there, so risk $1,000 here is $1,500 down here. But you have to be patient and disciplined with this strategy. Let it come back to test the EMA cloud and then move down again. Then start adjusting your stop every time there's a test of a pivot. So once we test this EMA cloud here, starts to move down, okay, then make it risk free and then just follow the EMA cloud down till you get a little bit of resistance there, a little bit of support. You see how it runs out of juice here, around $1,600 profit, starts to come up, it tests the cloud again and fails. Once it starts to move down, adjust the trailing stop just above that pivot, just here. Okay, now this starts to move down even further. This is $2,000 profit, but then you start to see all of these green triangles coming. We're using Heikin-Ashi on here, and the divergence cloud starts to go green. That's a time to get out. If you don't want to get out, once it breaks and closes above the EMA cloud just here, take your profit. Okay, so there's warning signs here. We get the nice move down, we test the cloud a couple of times, the next test just pushes through and closes up above. You see, we didn't get a close on these last 2 tests, so if you're being ultra conservative, that's the time to get out. But again, this divergence cloud could get you out earlier. Okay, these are printed in real time, so the 6-star sell is printed as the candle closes. On the next candle, again, this red triangle could print before because the divergences are moving in real time. So the signal's always on the candle close because it has to meet a certain criteria. In fact, on a 6-star sell, it has to meet 12 different criteria to give you a 6-star. The previous 6-star buy, there was no EMA cloud, no divergence cloud, so there was no confirmation there. So then we get the move down, and then it's just simply using your trading craft, the look left for your entry, and then just keep an eye on those EMA clouds, and then eventually taking out your profit here. So you know, the divergence cloud, it can in fact go on and off during that candle. I always wait for the candle to close, get that confirmed it's printed, but then in this case you have quite a lot of time. So that's the trading view on euro, US dollar. Now we're looking at US dollar CAD on the NinjaTrader version. Okay, NinjaTrader version here. Again, with NinjaTrader, the graphics can be a little bit better, so the cloud looks pretty cool. It makes no difference to your trading; it's still the same rules. So what we do is we've got a pivot down here again for our entry. We get a 6-star sell coming in here on this candle. 1, 2, 3 candles later, we start to print here on the red triangle coming down, and we are below that pivot, so we get in, even if that's manual. Then nice move down, around about $2,000 profit again, comes to test that EMA cloud, doesn't close above, so it comes back down again, slightly new lower low here. But now you see how the divergence cloud just starts to run out. So in this point here, you can manually stop or wait to get that close up above the EMA cloud to take your profit again. But you've got to follow the same rules. Consistency with a trading strategy is very, very important. So we can give you the signals, we can give you the confirmations, and I can make lots of these videos to say to look left, look at those recent pivots that failed and moved up for your entry strategy. I can then make lots of videos to say use the EMA cloud, start it on 34, move it down to 21 if you wish to be more aggressive. But the actual point in which you get out, really try and be consistent with that. So you might say to yourself, right, I will wait until we get a close above the EMA cloud, and I'll always get out at that point. So that's what you need to follow through in every single trade you do with this day trading bundle. If you say to yourself, right, I'm going to get out more aggressively, I'm going to adjust, once we've got a big move and I'm through 100%, I'm going to adjust my EMA cloud to 21 instead of 34. If you do that one time, do it every single time. Unless it stops to work for you, go back to conservative and see how the 34 works. If you say to yourself, right, I'm going to wait for the divergence cloud to disappear, or these little red triangles start to form which saying that those divergences are moving back together again now, time to get out, just use the same method every single time, and then you will accumulate those profits. If you start chopping and changing and second guessing, then the strategy is probably not going to be as consistent for you. We can say these 6-star sells are really hot. Then when we've got the confirmations, these are really good trades. The entry strategy is down to you again. Do you want to be more aggressive? Do you want to wait and be conservative like me through those pivots? There's lots of decisions, but you need to make those decisions at the outset, and then you need to trade consistently with those same rules. Okay, so that's the NinjaTrader version. Very simple, 6-star sell. 3 candles later, we got the divergence cloud confirmation. See all this cloud starting to form here, and then we go short below this pivot point here, and it goes like hell for leather, comes back to test the EMA cloud, doesn't close up above, comes to test again, really forms a technical double bottom there. So you would look to be getting out either aggressive or conservatively. So one more, and this is the MT4 version. So I've used 3 different platforms that a lot of Forex traders use, just to show the difference in the look and the feel. MT4 is one of the more basic platforms, but it's more widely used around the world because a lot of Forex brokers offer that platform for free as part of their brokerage. So this is why we spent a lot of time and money. Even though it's basic, it still works. It still does the same thing. So this is Australian dollar, US dollar on the 5-minute here. Looking at both long and shorts in this case. Now we can see the price action coming up. Again, I'm using high Kanashi on the MT4 again. With this case, there was no pivot point to get through. We'd already started moving up above. We got above the EMA cloud. We got the 5-star buy here. We've already got the EMA cloud. It's not a triangle this time. It's a big green arrow, which you see where my cursor is there. So we started to print. So we've almost got the confirmation before the signal. So although it's a little late, it's very high probability. We then, on the 5-star here, with a 5-star buy, there are 11 out of the 12 points of control, which are good for that. So you can either go aggressive, going through the high of that 5-star candle on the next candle, or wait, you know, if that 6-star candle prints, go above that one, in which case there was hardly any difference for that entry. We can see the EMA cloud's already green, so we've got signal, confirmation. There's no pivot point to the left, so we're going to go long. So then we have around about $2,500 profit here. Now we start to see this red divergence cloud start to print here. That will be the time to take your profit, or indeed if you've chosen that every time it goes and closes below the EMA cloud, that's where our take profit is, and that's your continuity, you do that. Then we have the sell. So this is like a roller coaster. We've rode it up, we've got a good long trade. Now we've got a 5 and a 6-star sell here. We've got the divergence cloud printing in and around the same time as this 5-star sell. For me, we've got this one pivot down here where the cursor is on the screen here. That's where my entry would be for that 5-star. Again, I want to be aggressive. I'm below this EMA cloud. My divergence cloud has already got the confirmation. I've got the 5-star sell signal. I'm not going to wait for the 6-star. If the price goes below this pivot, I'm going short. Okay, and that's the case. We got in and a big move down here, and then we can see we came down even further. I mean, this was a $3,000 trade here for risking $1,000 on that on that stop loss just above there. So the stop is always just above the EMA cloud here, what's in white and blue here, above the signal candle for the xBraAlgo there, and that's the entry. Your risk to reward then is worked out. So that's 1 to 2, 1 to 3 down to these lows. You see how that divergence cloud starts to print green here. Time to get out. Okay, if not, then when we get a close up above, which is a $2,000 profit for a $1,000 risk, that's when you would take the profit there. Then we went into the close on Friday, went pretty flat, but that was the move. But again, even if we've got a simple, less sophisticated platform like MT4, we've managed to develop the same rules. It looks slightly different because of the coding and everything, but the same indications are given at the same time on the same candles. We've got the divergence cloud doing the same thing. Again, it looks slightly different, but it does the same job. We have the EMA cloud doing the same thing. You just then follow the simple rules. You've got an xBraAlgo signal, you've got confirmation from the divergence cloud, you look left. If there's no pivot point, you enter just above the signal candle on the next candle, and away you go. Manage it with the EMA cloud. Again, with the short here, we got the 5-star sell. We already got the confirmation from that divergence cloud, so we got signal confirmation. We look left, we got this center pivot. It makes sense to go short below there because that was a failure before. And then we move right down. Same thing, use the EMA cloud, manage the trade. So eat, sleep, repeat. It's simple. You just have to follow these same rules no matter what platform you're using our day trading bundle for. So for Forex trading, it's about being patient, it's about being disciplined, but continuity in the way that you trade this strategy is very, very important. You have to decide from the outset how you're going to manage these trades and how you're going to be always conservative on the entries just to make sure it's moving. Make sure you're below those pivots or above those pivots if they need to go long. So there's those checklists that you have to do. There's lots of videos on this channel. Please subscribe. I do try and make at least 3 or 4 training videos every week, whether it's Forex, futures, stocks, crypto, lots of different situations, but the main thing is the rules still apply and they still do the same thing. So hopefully this helps. and I'll speak to you all really soon.